Hello and welcome to Tuesday's activities. Hopefully by just talking through them I can make them a little bit easier for you to complete. Okay, so this is our plan for today. So we're going to start off with reading. Get your bingo sheet out again, choose the next segment of that you would like to tick off and the activity that goes with it. We're looking for about 20 minutes of reading, so choose a good text for that one, okay? If you finish the item that's on the bingo sheet, feel free to grab a different book. After that, for our English today, we have got some work based around The Lost Thing by Sean Tan. I've linked in the animation, so you can click on that and on the timetable online, and that'll take you straight to the animation, and you'll be able to watch that through. It gives you a good overview of the story of The Lost Thing, which was a book originally, but is now an animation and is quite an unusual one. After that, I'd like you to look at the sentences that we've provided. They are on this slide, or they're on the activity sheet on the website. I want to make those sentences better by adding a bit of extra detail and some good word choices there. For maths today, we're looking at addition, some really simple addition methods. The written method with our expanded columns. Bite size are doing some activities there as well with addition of numbers, but please can you make sure that you watch the video in this slide just to make sure that we're using the correct school methods, please. Thank you. And for topic this afternoon, we've suggested looking at Tutankhamun and his life, and in particular actually his death and the way that he was buried with his sarcophagus and tomb. And then we're going to design a sarcophagus for a powerful pharaoh like Tutankhamun. Now I've put that down as a 2-day activity. Please don't rush it. There'll be a design and a build activity there over 2 days. And finally, at the end of the day, a bit of creativity. If you pick something from the creative bingo sheet or another activity that you'd like to do as well, it's time to relax and enjoy a little bit of a more creative approach to things. So a bit of writing based on The Lost Thing now. Please watch the video and get yourself acquainted with The Lost Thing. It's a lovely story to share with people at home as well. So these sentences that we have on this sheet, the sheet is available online as well if you'd prefer it to be there so you can see it, or you can copy it down from this video. The sentences are very, very basic and I'd like you to improve them. Some ways that we can improve them are with adjectives. We can add some descriptive words in there, some better descriptive words than what are already there. We can see big and red, not very exciting. We can add some adverbs, and I've given you some examples of adverbs on the sheet as well. We can add some conjunctions and make these sentences a little bit longer, and we can add some fronted adverbials telling us a little bit more about the things in the sentences as well. Please remember to keep your punctuation clear as well when you're writing this up, and handwriting, as always, needs to be joined. Hello everyone, so we're going to look at addition today. For year 3 we're going to look at adding 3-digit numbers, 2 of them together, and for year 4 we're going to look at adding 4-digit numbers, 2 of them together. Both methods are very similar, so feel free to extend yourself into larger numbers if you'd like to. Even in year 4 we could extend ourselves into 5- and 6-digit numbers if we're feeling a little bit adventurous. So here we go, we've got an addition sum here, 3-digit number. It is in columns and I've coloured it just to help us with understanding why we do an expanded method in Key Stage 2. So we've got 345 and we want to add to that 123. Now we teach the children to use expanded methods so they understand what each of the digits mean and their values. So it's not the exact method that you would use in columns as you get towards the end of Key Stage 2 in year 5 and year 6. But this method just helps it makes the understanding a little bit easier. So we're going to start with those red digits. We're going to start with those ones, and I've got 5 ones and I want 3 more ones, which of course means I'm going to have 8 ones, and I write that in the first row underneath the sum. So our next step is to deal with those green digits, the tens. I've got 4 tens and I want to add to it 2 tens. Now we'd think of this as 4 add 2, but we've got to remember that it's not 4 add 2 because that would just be 6. And actually it's 4 tens and 2 tens, which gives us 60. And this is where understanding is necessary. We need to remember that this is a 4 tens and 2 tens, and that the total of these 2 digits is 60. And the expanded method will show us that as we write it in the next row underneath like this. So of course now we've got to get those 100 digits sorted. They're in black. Got 300, add 100 is going to total 4 hundreds. And remember, these are hundreds, and we want the children to say 4 hundreds at this point and not just 4. Understanding that place value is really important for a concrete understanding of addition here. So it's 300, add 100 is 400, and we write that in the next row underneath like so. And then finally, we draw a line underneath our working out there, and we total up each column. We start with the ones, we total up how many ones we have, it's 8, and then we total up our tens, we have 6 tens or 60, and we finally, for total up our hundreds, we have 4 hundreds, and we write that in the hundreds column there, just like so. Okay then, so let's see how this might look in when we're writing this down. I'm afraid I've abandoned the computer animations as they were very slow, and we're going to have a look at this as I'm writing it. So here we have a 3-digit number add a 3-digit number. We're going to use the expanding method still, but we are going to have to think about when some our ones and our tens are greater and need an exchange into either the tens or the hundreds. So first we're looking at our ones. We've got 7 add 6, which is going to give us 13. So on the first row we're going to write 13, carrying that 10 into the tens. We've got 1 10 and 3 ones, the 13 that we had in total there. Looking at my next value, I've got a 2 and an 8, but we will remember that it's 2 tens, 20, and 8 tens, which is 80. 2 and 8 is 10, but 20 add 80 is actually 100. We'll write that on the next column. And finally, go to those hundreds. We've got 4 and 2, 400 and 200 gives a total of 600. Now when we total that up, we start with our ones, 3 ones, tens, 2 tens, and finally hundreds, 700s, 723. And you'll see that the exchanging into tens and into hundreds has sorted itself out in the expanding method nicely for us, so we don't have to worry about that. Apologies for the camera falling over there as well. With a 4-digit number, as 4 will be expected to do, it's the same method, very similar method. We've just got an extra step in it. So here we have 4,282. I'm going to add to that 3,246. Start with our ones. We've got 2 and 6 gives us 8 ones. We've got tens. We've got 8 tens and 4 tens. Well, 8 add 4 is 12, but 80 add 40 is 120. We've got our hundreds. We've got 2 and 2, and 200 and 200 would be 400. Remembering our place value there to make sure we get the right value. Finally, with our thousands, we've got 4 and 3. 4,000 and 3,000 is 7,000. And then our last step is just to total up our ones, our tens, our hundreds, and our thousands. And we get the answer of 7,528. There are lots of videos on YouTube about expanding method for addition if you're not sure, and you can find lots of activities as well. But please make sure we are using the expanded method that we use in school so that we don't get confused. It's a great step up into the final version of column addition, the shorter method that we'll learn in year 5 and year 6. Thank you. So topic-based activity for the afternoon, we've got a design and make of a sarcophagus, please, for a powerful pharaoh. So have a look at some examples that we've got here on this video of the kind of Egyptian style that of artwork, lots of blues and golds in there, some of the patterns, the images with the scarabs on there, and the symmetry in the patterns. Look for some of those hieroglyphs if you've got time to include in your design that I want to see in your book on a page before you start to make the product, please. I would advise designing it today and making it tomorrow, but if you are quick with your design, or if you want to spend a bit of extra time today making it, that's not a problem as well. Lots of items around the house that you could use to make this, any old boxes and card that you've got around the house. Have a look online if you've got time or the facility to do so. There are also some guides for this and some videos showing you what you could do to make a finished product.